Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're breaking down the latest from the 2026 FIFA World Cup as the United States face Turkey in a crucial Group D matchup. A game that may not have looked like the biggest subscribe my channel like share headline on paper, but absolutely carries major implications for the U.S. heading into the knockout rounds. Because this isn't just about one result. This is about momentum. It's about squad depth. It's about how Mauricio Pochettino is managing this U.S. team with the knockout stage now right around the corner. Coming into this match, the United States were already in a very strong position in Group D. The Americans opened their World Cup campaign with a convincing win over Paraguay, then followed it up with another strong performance against Australia. Those two results gave the U.S. real control in the group, and more importantly, gave them breathing room heading into this final group stage game against Turkey. Turkey, meanwhile, entered this match under a completely different kind of pressure. After back-to-back disappointing results, Turkey found themselves on the edge of elimination, needing not just a performance, but a response. And that's what made this matchup so interesting. For the U.S., it was about control, management, and keeping the rhythm going. For Turkey, it was about pride, urgency, and trying to salvage something from their tournament. Now, let's get to the biggest update from this game. The United States struck first, taking an early lead and immediately putting Turkey under pressure. That opening goal was more than just a scoreline advantage. It was another sign that this U.S. team has structure, confidence, and the ability to punish teams quickly. And what makes that even more impressive is the context around the lineup. Before the match, U.S. head coach Mauricio Pochettino made it clear that player management was going to matter. Several American players were carrying yellow card risk. And with the knockout stage approaching, there was a very real possibility of rotation and caution in team selection. That tells you exactly where the mindset of this U.S. team is right now. They are not just trying to survive the group. They are preparing for what comes next. That's a huge shift in mentality. For years, U.S. fans have wanted to see an American team that looks tactically mature in tournament football. Not just energetic. Not just emotional. Not just dangerous in moments. But organized, calculated, and capable of managing an entire World Cup campaign. And so far, that is exactly what this group is starting to show. Against Turkey, the U.S. didn't need chaos. They didn't need to chase the game. They didn't need to force anything. Instead, they looked like a team that understood the situation, understood the tournament, and understood how to control the moment. That is the kind of maturity that can take you deeper into a World Cup. Now on the other side, Turkey's story in this tournament has been frustrating. This is a team that has had moments of attacking intent. They've created opportunities. They've shown energy. But in key moments, the final product just hasn't been there. And that has been the difference. At a World Cup, you do not get many chances. If you waste your moments, if you fail to convert pressure into goals, and if you lose control in transition, the tournament punishes you immediately. That's what Turkey has been learning the hard way. And against a disciplined U.S. side, those mistakes become even more costly. For the Americans, though, this match is really about what it says for the bigger picture. Because if the U.S. can win this game while rotating, protecting players, and still controlling the flow, then that becomes a very encouraging sign ahead of the round of 32. It means this team has depth. It means they have options. It means Pochettino can trust more than just his best 11. And in a tournament like the World Cup, that matters massively. You are not going to survive deep into July with only one lineup. You need legs. You need balance. You need players who can step in and keep the level high. And right now, the U.S. looks like a team that may actually have that. Another big takeaway here is composure. This U.S. team has handled pressure well so far. Remember, this is a home World Cup environment. That brings huge expectations. Every game is under a microscope. Every performance gets judged. Every tactical decision becomes a national conversation. But the U.S. hasn't looked overwhelmed. They've looked focused. They've looked prepared. And maybe most importantly, they've looked like a team growing into the tournament at exactly the right time. That doesn't mean the United States are suddenly favorites to win the World Cup, but absolutely means they're becoming one of the more interesting teams to watch in the knockout bracket. Because once you have momentum, defensive organization, and belief, you become dangerous. And once a team starts believing it belongs in the later rounds, everything changes. So what does this mean from here? If the United States close out this result against Turkey, they carry even more confidence into the knockout stage. They keep the good feeling inside the squad. They protect key players. They build rhythm. And they continue shaping an identity that looks much stronger than what many people expected before the tournament started. As for Turkey, this is likely going to be remembered as a tournament of missed opportunities. There were moments to change their story. There were chances to stay alive. But at this level, missed chances become exits. And that is the brutal reality of World Cup football. For U.S. fans, the focus right now is simple. Enjoy the progress. Watch how this team is evolving. And start asking the big question, just how far can the United States go in this tournament? Can they make the round of 16? Can they push into the quarterfinals? Can this actually become the deepest U.S. World Cup run of the modern era? We're about to find out. So drop your prediction in the comments. How far do you think the U.S. will go at the 2026 World Cup? And what did you make of the performance against Turkey? If you enjoyed this update, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more FIFA World Cup 2026 breaking news, match analysis, and knockout stage coverage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.